Stop dreaming about becoming a billionaire. It's a matter of luck. Or at least, that's what Mark Cuban says.
But the reality is, in order to become a billionaire, the one thing you have to have is luck. Any billionaire who tells you they could just do it again? No. You have to be lucky. Maybe you have a rich parent.
And the reason why I'm bringing this to your attention is because this might sound like bad news to many who dream of owning their jet, luxury yacht, mansions in the French Riviera, supercars, and other eccentricities, because we all know that to have those things, you need to be a billionaire, right? Not quite. The truth is that data says otherwise. Let's start with the supercar. Let's talk about Bugatti, for example. I'm pretty sure you'll agree that this car is the choice of many of the world's richest people, so let's use it as reference. So, look at this model. Pretty impressive car, right? But wait a minute, it is so expensive that they don't even show the price on here. So it doesn't work, we better look for one where we can see the price. What about this one? It's a 2022 model and it costs $4,750,000. Definitely a lot of money. But let's not get carried away by appearances and look at the numbers. Let's do the math to find out how much money we need to earn annually to make everyone grin with envy aboard our new supercar. Of course, to make this calculation as realistically as possible, we first need to know how much we can invest in a car without risking our personal finance. Luckily, a brief search on the internet is enough to find the answer. It tells us that the investment you make in buying your car should not exceed 35% of your annual income. So considering our Bugatti costs $4,750,000, let's divide this amount by 35%. That gives us a required gross income of $13,571,428 annually. So, okay, this is the annual income you must have if you want to buy this car and not suffer every time you need to refill the tank or pay the insurance. 13 million a year is certainly a lot of money, but it's still far from the billion-dollar mark. Now, onto the mansion. Naturally, it all depends on each one's definition of what luxury is, but I think that we can all agree that a $10 million house can already be considered a mansion. So let's go back to the gross income we had calculated and divide that income by 12 to know how much you earn per month. It means you earn roughly $1,130,952 gross per month. Now, using a mortgage calculator and filling in the corresponding data, considering a down payment of 21%, you will have to pay about $65,000 per month for your mansion. That is a healthy 5.74% of your gross income, and you're still not a billionaire. Sure, I know that depending on the country you are, we still have to deduct taxes and expenses, but if we take the official recommendation to spend up to 28% of your income on your monthly mortgage payment, it means you only need to have $232,142 net per month to not have problems. Yeah, I know, for many of us, earning $1,130,000 a month may seem unattainable. But this exercise shows that you don't need to earn more than half of that to lead a life of luxury and comfort that is usually out of reach for the rest. For example, instead of a Bugatti, you can buy a BMW that costs a tenth of that and is still a classic car. And instead of a $10 million mansion, you can buy a $2.5 million house that is still comfortable. Probably what I'm trying to say is that even though Mark Cuban's words may seem discouraging to many, in reality, long before you reach the Forbes list of the world's richest people, you can enjoy a luxurious life with your loved ones. It's curious how the internet has implanted in our heads that you are only successful and happy if you are absurdly rich, and that only then will you gain recognition. But the truth is that you don't need to be a billionaire to stand out. I know this may sound conformist, but the numbers prove it. This is the Bankrate site, and according to this, in 2022, the top 1% of people in the US had an annual income of $785,968. If we divide this amount by 12, we get a monthly income of $65,497, well below the $232,142 monthly we calculated earlier. Now, you have to admit that this new number sounds much more reasonable, especially if we compare it with the initial calculation of 13 million annually. Alright, but we can't leave this video here. We necessarily need to answer the most important question that comes to mind at this point. How can we be part of that 1%? And probably the first answer that comes to everyone's mind is creating a business. But what kind of business can we create? If the internet has taught us anything, it is that we need to look for a novel idea, something that has never been seen before, a product so ingenious, so new, so spectacular that it makes us rich overnight. However, again, reality says something very different. This is Oliver Brocato. He created a company that went from 0 to $11 million in sales in 18 months by selling chocolates. Oliver is the founder of Tops. He created chocolate tablets with a somewhat controversial message and a campaign based on social proof. The controversial nature of the product made thousands of users on social networks begin to talk both in favor of and against Tops. But as is well known, there is no more effective marketing than word of mouth. Quickly, Tops went viral on TikTok, and major media outlets like Vice, TMZ, and Metro contributed to increasing its reach, making its founder a rich man. What's more interesting about this case is that it shows that it is not so important to have a novel product as to innovate in the approach. And that's because presenting a new approach to solve a known problem is much easier than creating a completely new product from scratch. Honestly, I highly doubt these chocolate tablets have any secret ingredient that produces a significant effect on an individual's sexual performance. But they don't need to.
There is no secret ingredient. To make something special, you just have to believe it's special.
Alright, I've given you the key, but don't think it's for free. Like, subscribe, and let me know everything that comes to your mind in the comment section. Have a good one.